Okay, for this one, now that you should have had your mesh tool already, or your mesh tool application already done with your object, which for me, it's my guy. So I'm going to take off everything but behind it. Should be this, maybe not. There we go. All right, so here's my mesh guy. So I'm going to zoom out. So there is my mesh. Actually, you know what? Let's make it. There we go. Let's try it one more time to see if 120 does it. That works for now. Okay. So now you want to incorporate the part of the beat sheen. Now we're going back to what you already know with aspects. So I want to put a object behind my character that is similar to what the building in the beat sheen was when it comes to it had outlines around it, not all around, but it had outlines majority around it, color inside, and then shading. So those are your three things you need with this. Now, obviously your mesh tool is your mesh object, your guy or your image is your focal point. So this is not like the beat sheen where it's not going to be the focal point, but it's going to help to emphasize your character. So first you need a background. So I put the background in. I did a gradient to make it shine out a little more on the guy. So background needed first. Sorry about that. And then we need your background, your actual scene. So here are my lines for my padding. This is my apparatus that I'm eventually going to sell. So I'm still in the process of making it, but I put the lines around it. My two pads, which you don't see yet. So I have these lines. I put them different shapes and variations, and that's that part. The next one then is putting in then the let's see, pad. Yep, there we go. Sorry about that. That's not doing shape there. Next one then is putting in the actual shape. And what I did, I have two shapes in here. So two shapes, but what I did with this is I put transparencies on, or I put opacity on by that, put the outside to be transparent. So it kind of blends in. So even though, excuse me, there are two shapes, they are not solid shapes, which is fine. So now you can take your variation of what you know in Illustrator and kind of work with what type of shapes, objects you want to put in there. Now, the other thing you have to put in after that is then, I'm going to lock all these up also. I forgot to lock them up, is then the actual shading. And what I did here is, where is it? Right there. There we go. Right? Yeah, I think so. Yep. Am I right with that? I think I am. No, wrong one. Hold on a second. The padding is the shade. There it is. That one. Jeez. So I have I have two shapes here, two shapes there, two shapes there, two shapes there, but they're all blended. And this is where I have two shapes of shadow, different colors, two shades of highlights, different colors. And what I did was, I used the blend mode to put them together. So here's where I have the shadows, but I also use a technique that you guys, some of you are learning in the mesh tutorials of blend mode, as far as how to make a nice fluid transition from one color to another, where it has this nice shadow or shading from a dark to light within it. Same thing here. So these are my darker ones, even though I also have a blend mode of two objects in here to show a nice shade. And here's my light ones, where they did the same thing, a dark to a light shade with it. So here's where you have a lot of freedom to do what you want with it. And this is my first part of my beat sheen. So I have my example that is similar to the actual beat sheen structure, where it has outlines, color in it, color to what I like, and then also the shading, the lights and darks objects. But I also put blend modes on them to make them a little better. So you have a lot of freedom to go with this. Then you're just trying to now use what you know in Illustrator to make it the best design that you can, and that is the next part of it.